Hello, students of class 8. Hope all are fine. So, in our previous class, we had discussed about the immediate causes of the revolt. So, there we had studied about the Sugar Act and Stamp Act. So, today we are going to study about the Declaratory Act. The Stamp Act, it met with great refusals. Okay. So, to stop such resistance, the British government had passed one Declaratory Act. So, according to that, the British Parliament was fully empowered to impose taxes on America. So, as a result, what happened? The British government, they started to follow a unfair policy of taxation. So, unfair policy means all the other companies, those who involved in the tea business, they had to pay tea tax, okay, except East India Company. So, this is a discriminatory policy here, okay, except East India Company, the other companies, they had to pay tea tax here. So, you can see here, to protest this, a group of colonists, they raided 3 British ships in Botswana Harbour. So, that was on December 16, 1773. So, this group of people, they disguised themselves as a native of America and they entered the 3 ships and they started to throw the tea boxes into the Botswana harbor. Okay. So the incident, it remains an icon event in American history. That is the Botswana Tea Party. Okay. And has often been referred in other political protests also. So, in retaliation, that is, in order to take revenge, what the British government they did, the Parliament passed the series of punitive measures known in the colonies as Intolerable Act. Okay. So punitive measures means very harsh type of policies. Okay. So which among other measures closed the port of Botswana. So this led directly to the explosion of American independence. Okay, so this was the immediate cause for the revolt of America. So next we'll see Revolutionary War and birth of United States of America. So the Revolutionary War was also known as American Revolution. Okay, so this grew from the growing tensions, that is, you have seen the immediate causes like the Sugar Act, Stamp Act, Declaratory Act. So all these tensions between residents of Great Britain's 13 North American colonies and the colonial government took place. Okay, so which represented the British Crown. So the Continental Congress. So what is Continental Congress here? So in this period, in the American Revolution, there was the body of delegates who spoke and acted collectively for the people of the colonial states. Okay, so they were called as Continental Congress. So the Second Continental Congress appointed George Washington as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. Okay. So the war, it kicked off in April 1775. So here the rebellions were waging a full scale war for their independence. So the rebellions, they started the war for their independence now. So slowly you can see that France entered the war on the side of colonists in 1778. So now France is supporting the colonists in this war. Okay, so when France enters, it becomes like a international conflict. Okay, so from civil war, it will turn into international conflicts. That is because France is entering into the war. By June 1776, with the Revolutionary War in the full swing, a growing majority of colonists had come to favor independence from Britain. So here all the colonists, they join in order to get the independence from Britain. On July 4, the Continental Congress, they voted to adopt the Declaration of Independence. Finally, they drafted by a five-man committee including Franklin and John Adams, but written mainly by Jefferson. Okay, so they will make a declaration of independence. On September 3, 1783, Great Britain formally recognized the independence of the United States in the Treaty of Paris here. Okay, so on September 3, 1783, by signing Treaty of Paris, Great Britain, it will declare formally the independence of America. So according to the Treaty of Paris, you can see that it is signed in Paris by representatives of King George III of Great Britain and representatives of the United States of America. And finally, this ended after signing this treaty. It ended the American Revolutionary. Then you can see in American independence was recognized by the Treaty of Versailles in 1783 year. So in the Treaty of Versailles, a treaty that ended French and Spanish hostilities against Great Britain in American Revolutionary War. Okay, so after that you can see that America is getting independence. Okay, after the Treaty of Versailles in 1783. So children, I hope today's topic was clear to you all. Everyone read this topic once again. Thank you children. Have a nice day.